All right, guys, here we go. So starting off, fitness and sport, part one is work up to a heavy 5 box squat, right? So remember, when we box squat, a couple things. One, we want to make sure we have spotters because you don't want to have to drop a bar off your back onto a box. Never going to be a good outcome. So either have spotters or just do a back squat where you can drop it off your back, right? Second thing is, remember, it's not sitting to a box, it's a box squat. Well, what's the difference? Well, a box squat allows you to challenge your hamstrings. It's sitting back to the box, right? So you're sitting back as you go to the box, not just lowering yourself down. So make sure you're not lowering straight down to a box. You want to be sitting back to a box. Here we go. Part two, 4 rounds is going to be 10 on the box and over box jumps, and then 1 minute bike or row, and then a 400-meter run. When you get back from the run, take you a 1 minute rest, start the next round. Part three, 3 to 4 rounds, up to you. 15 quad extensions, cable band, whatever you can work in here. If you don't have that, you can do some wall sits. 18 hamstring curls, 18, not crazy that. 15 hamstring curls, band if you want a cable. Booyah, too easy. Lag and muscle, mobility majors, count it. Power and iron up. Part one, same thing we just talked about, but part two is going to be 5 rounds of higher box jumps. So start a little bit lower, work your way up as you get going. Take you only about 20 to 30 second rest, right? Enough time to add some weight to it. So heart rate might get up a little bit, but make sure that you choose a doable height to get onto that box. Part three, 4 to 5 rounds, 8 and 8 staggered stance dumbbell deadlift, right? So with that, it's just like a staggered stance with a barbell, staggered out, sit it back, you're really gonna feel it super smoke one of your hamstrings, and that'll be the one you're working, obviously. So get 8 of those, and then 8 on the other side. Take you a 20-second rest because we want to get a little bit of recovery from that isolation before we go on to the next. After your 20-second rest, take a 50-foot dumbbell lunge, put the dumbbells down, 50-foot body weight lunge back. Legs are going to be spiced up. Take you a 1 minute rest. That's it. You'll know you worked out that day. Part four, 3 to 4 rounds, as many reps as possible. Back extensions, isolating that low back. Turn over and just hold a hollow rock, right? So flex to that position, right? Hold your arms up if you can, point your toes, flex and hold as long as you can. Might not be very long. After you drop down, take you a 1 minute rest, 3 to 4 rounds. TDY, the dumbbells, y'all. Part one is gonna be 4 times as many reps as possible, like we talked about before. Get you a warm-up set, then 2 get after it sets, and then maybe a little bit of a cool down set. You can do this with belt squats where you hang dumbbells, kettlebells, a weight, or you can do it where you're just holding onto a dumbbell between your legs and squatting your way down. 1 minute rest. Part two, 5 rounds, 4 high box jumps, like we already talked about. Part three, exact same thing. Part four is going to be 3 to 4 rounds, as many reps as possible. Pulsing Supermans, right? And then as many reps as possible, really as many seconds as possible. Hollow rock, hold again. Lag and muscle if you want it. Mobility majors, click on over, stretch it out, stay mobile. Booyah, never quit.